We're pogging up today. I love a Monday. God loves a terrier? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Let's try something very strange here. Thanks for your help. I'll be like a flexible astronaut. They could live in Florida or in Alabama, apparently. That one hurt. Alabama's a pile. Listen, I did not say Alabama is a pile, okay? I didn't say that. Whoa! I know I did. Okay, well, fair enough. I mean, again, it's not disrespectful. There's more good places to live than there are good places to visit. It has to be that way. Otherwise, your ass would never go anywhere. You would just stay where you live. In the U.S., I would go to... If I was just from foreign country, let's not even specify a country. We'll make that like a generic, okay? California, natural beauty, great weather, good cuisine. Hollywood, Los Angeles, San Francisco, that's a given. New York City, and everything that comes with it. Those are a given, okay? Florida, Miami, cuisine, culture, Disney parks. You hate the player, don't hate the game, okay? That's just honest. Nevada, so true. Las Vegas. That's it. That's all you need, okay? Texas, unique culture, cuisine, some sightseeing and culture, for sure. Illinois, Chicago, Italian beef sandwiches. The hot dogs have pickles on them and the pizzas are tall. Okay, now I'm starting to... Now I'm starting to run out, honestly. No disrespect. Sure, okay, I'll get Colorado, skiing, beautiful nature. That would be on the list for me. I would like Hawaii is a given. Okay, Hawaii is a given. And then, like, I like Seattle, but if you were just from nondescript another country, I wouldn't be like, oh, you gotta go to Seattle. Like, if you're from Vancouver, I'd be like, you gotta go to Seattle. They'd be like, what's there? I'd be like, the same shit, more or less, but it's only a 3-hour drive. Like, send it. Alaska, sure. I would put Alaska up on the list as well. Philly? Really, though? Like, if your ass is from Austria, you're gonna be like, I'm going to Philly on vacation. You go to New York. If you're from New York, go to Philly. If you're from Philly, go to New York. If you're from Austria, I'm sorry. I feel like New York probably clears you. I will even give you, I'll give you Louisiana, because New Orleans, for me, feels like a nightmare destination, but a lot of people are like, that's like a dream for me. So fair enough. DC, my ass does not care about going to DC at all. Because I'm not American. Like, well, what do I care about seeing the White House and the Lincoln Memorial and stuff? Abe Lincoln didn't do shit for me, man. I guess like there's probably some knock-on effects from the American Civil War. But like my ass, if I'm going to go to Washington, D.C., my ass should just go to Ottawa or something and learn about my own culture, you know, or my own history. I don't think someone's going to be like, oh, I'm from Stockholm. You got to go see Washington, D.C., bro. You got to go see the Capitol building. Dude probably lives like across the street from the Royal Palace. Okay, I hear they have great museums. I'll give you that. But I don't know. I think... Sorry, I had to focus here. I didn't want to offend anybody by accident. On purpose is okay, but by accident, no. Let's give it a shot here. I would pill an ant, toot sweet, and I'm just going to not worry about a peacock because it's kind of blasé. Nashville? Sure, if you're into, like, you know... I mean, okay, isn't, like, Nashville is kind of like, New Orleans for, Kenny Chesney fans? It's like if you don't like jazz because there's no words in it, then Nashville is like your New Orleans. Public drunkenness, like bodily fluids hanging out everywhere, but then country music instead of jazz. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not my tempo, though. I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll. You know what? I'm going to go peacock because I feel like I have no other choice now. And let's freeze us here. Also, the only other thing I have against Nashville is not fair. They have their own HGTV show about, like, you know, love it or listed Nashville. And that immediately is like a minus 50 for me. It's not even fair. That being said, there is love it or listed Vancouver. You might say double standard. No, I take 50 points off Vancouver. Vancouver is kind of, it exists in like a quantum superposition. When it's sunny and it snowed like relatively recently and you can see the mountains and you're like, oh, it's hot enough that I could wear a t-shirt, but there's snow on that mountain. I'm like, this is damn paradise. When the forests are all on fire and like somebody almost runs over me when I have the right of way crossing the street in a white model Tesla Y, and then like I look at them and they're on their cell phone like FaceTiming somebody, I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, man. And I always just give them like as if they're gonna look in their rearview mirror and see me. And they're gonna interpret this. They're gonna see this and they're gonna be like, oh, he's saying, oh, really? Like, I guess you learned how to drive when there were only 2 cars on the road. Where in order to start your car, you had to go out into an open field and take a big crank and shove it into the front of the car where the engine is, and then go ring ding 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 ring ding 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 ding. Like they're gonna interpret that immediately. I doubt it. Anyway, I'm in trouble, I think. Your ass doesn't do anything. Why don't you come out here? Why don't we run half squatted here? That seems very sensible. What are you gonna do, steal my nothing? What, you don't like my bags? Oh, here we go. Spent a week in Vancouver. Everything was awesome. Somehow the Ubers were all super nice cars. What's up with that? I drive my 2001 Mazda Miata and I get picked up in a Lexus for 10 freedom dollars, 12 maple bucks. I'm not offended. I don't know. I haven't taken Ubers in Vancouver too much because I live here. I've been in a couple Ubers in Vancouver. I took an Uber home from the hospital after I finally got my antibiotics last summer. I was like weeping in the back seat. The driver was probably pretty uncomfortable. From what I remember, he was driving like a Toyota Corolla though. It wasn't that. It's not a bad car, but it's not like a. I wasn't like, oh, that's crazy. Nothing wrong. I'm not insulting the Corolla. There's nothing wrong with the Corolla. I'm just. Sure, let's run half squatted again. You could have an armadillo on this team. It could do something. Why were you weeping? Because I finally got a doctor that like took my ass seriously when I was like, I feel like I'm gonna die. You ever see a therapist about that? No, I'm playing Super Auto Pets. The world's least impatient doctor. The first doctor I saw out of like 5 doctors where I was like, hey, I've had diarrhea for 3 weeks and my legs are rotting. Everyone else is like, I don't really know what's up with that. She was like, hey, can you roll your pant legs up for a second? I was like, oh, it finally happened. Mom, it happened. Okay, I think we might get 1 win this time, but... Mom, get the camera! Now, finally, I'm vindicated. A win. What were you ill with? I don't want to tell you, because... It was a long arc on the channel, okay? But we're past it now. We don't need to go back to it. What the heck? What did they do to their poor whale, man? I've been trying to workshop a tweet. It's something like Brendan Fraser from The Whale passes you the boof. WYD, question mark. All lowercase. Brendan Fraser, no. Let me, okay. Picture, you know the picture from The Whale? The picture, you know it. Don't think too hard. That's the tweet, and then that's the picture, and then the body of the tweet just says, "The whale passes you the boof." WYD, question mark. You think it could work? You think that could get the job done? No? Just make the tweet? I love, like, almost never tweeting, though. You know what? I'm going to try something sicko here. Oh, you made me forget my thing, even though it wasn't your fault at all. You is me, and we are all together. You know what? Don't sell it. Maybe we could go waffle time on this one. Your ass be tweeting a lot, though? No, not really. Less than ever, more or less. I did a couple of times this weekend. That's just because somebody hit me with like an elbow smash on Commercial Drive. And then also, I really did teach my niece how to play chess. At least, well, she knew how to play chess. Then I taught her how to do the... oh, that hurts. I taught her how to do checkmate with a king and a rook. I felt like I did a good job of explaining it. She was like, why do I need to know how to checkmate with a king and a rook? I was like, at the end of the day, every game of chess comes down to checkmate with a king and a rook or a king and a queen. You get when you go up by one piece, the reason being up by one piece is so valuable is because when you trade all your pieces down and you get to the end game and you got a little material advantage, you can promote a pawn, or maybe you already have a rook and then your ass just checkmates them. I was like, that's the end game of chess is the foundational element, and then you build off of that. So she beat her dad in chess. Then I taught her how to checkmate with a king and a rook. And then I taught her, not an opening, but I taught her, like, hey, when you open, like, listen, don't open A3, okay? That's a psychotic move. I was a little nicer about it. A3 doesn't do anything for you, okay? Regardless, I was like, but you know, you might want to open with something like E4, because then your pawn gets some coverage in the center. You want to get a little control of the center. Your queen gets a diagonal where it gets some power projection. Your bishop gets some power projection. Both of them can move. And then we like work through that. She knows how to like do the first 5 moves of a chess game. So she beat her dad. I taught her those 2 things. She played her dad again and got wrecked. She got destroyed. But you know what? It's a long-term pursuit. It's not a short-term pursuit. Sometimes it takes... You learn a lesson, you regress a little bit, and then the next day you wake up and all of a sudden... It's like a fighting game, you know? Like if you were winning fighting games just spamming low kick, and I taught you how to do like a focus attack dash cancel, you might be worse for like a little bit until you fully normalize that, and then your ass is going to Evo. I also beat her, and you said my chess skill was garbage. Listen, why are you clowning on our niece? She's 11. I didn't say your chess skill was garbage. I said, oh, that's an unconventional opening. Because, like, on move 3, you already had your rook on h6. And chat, back me up here. That's a little unconventional. You opened, like, move 1 was, like, knight to c6. Then move 2 was h5. And then you played rook to rook to h6. And I was like, what the heck's going on here? Anyway, long story short, she's getting there. Just give her some time, okay? I'm cow-pilled here. I knew it. Yes, you can teach her Mahjong for sure. I mean, I honestly, I told her, because she's like in all these like extracurriculars and stuff like that, because she wants to go to Princeton if she can't get into Harvard. I mean, this is the way, like, these kids are serious about their education, right? After I taught her a little bit of chess, I was like, you should honestly just practice chess like a little bit. You'll probably, these were not the words I used for her because she's 11, but I was like, you're going to go sicko mode on like all the kids in your school. Maybe there's going to be like one super nerd in your school who has like a chess coach or something like that. Like you can't ever rule anything like that out, but I bet if you practice like a little bit, you're going sicko mode. Okay. I'm dead. This is the end of my life. Yes, look at all these bananas, man. Holy cow. Wasn't even close. What do we get? 4 wins? That's nothing. No hard mode today? No, no hard mode ever again. In all likelihood. We did our time. Get me out of here. Maybe like a rich cake. Like this cake is too rich. I know I've been annoying about Montana, but what about getting the casino back? You give people an inch, they take a mile. I'm going fully crazy mode here. Look at this is a good 4 squad right here. By the way, I wanted to tweet this because I thought it was astute, but I also thought it was a little rude. And I didn't want it to be taken rudely. I wanted it to be taken as a joke. But how crazy is it that like 5-6 years ago, there were so many, not all software developers, okay? But there were a lot of computer programmers who are like, sorry, truck drivers, you're all going to be automated. 5 or 6 years, the Tesla Semi is going to come out. You guys all better learn to code. Here we are in 2023. They can't stop the Teslas from crashing into brick walls. Meanwhile, ChatGPT-4 can code a whole game with like 1 sentence as a prompt. Maybe your asses should learn how to drive a fucking truck. Well, well, well. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? Hang on. You're so smug? It's okay, you're right. I'm so smug. I'm gonna try. This is a little crazy mode, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Probably pill you next turn. I have a magpie. Why am I not saving gold? The koala? It's not that good. In fact, it's not doing anything at all. I love it though. I don't care. I love it. You dare turn against your own? I'm not here for the soft boy software developers. You guys have some arrogance, and that's okay. It's all right to have some arrogance. You're like an incredibly high-paid demographic. You know, tech companies blowing up was kind of the story of the 2010s. I'm not saying it's not okay to have some bravado. All I'm saying is now the shoe's on the other foot for a bit. We got Silicon Valley Bank. We got automated cars apparently can't seem to get off the starting line. Pun not intended at all. In fact, I resent the pun. Now people are like, forget that. We need more bricklayers. And all of a sudden, you're like, won't somebody please think of us? Be careful what you wish for, brother. How do you think I feel as someone with an incredibly educated associate's diploma in software engineering? My ass is in a lot of trouble. One of us. really great for me who's just graduating next month. You'll be fucking fine. Even if you're not, you're what, like you're 22? Come on, you're gonna be okay. There's still plenty of time to either get a great job in tech or alternatively work for like 6 years in tech, build up like a crazy 401k, decide that's not what you want to do, and then like open a bakery or something like that and like live your dream. You make your own La Jolla breads like Nancy Silverton or whatever. I'm going magpie mode. I don't know why, but I am. You're right. I always have my fallback career as an actuary, which everybody knows that what I say here is wrong, but nobody, myself included, knows why it's wrong. I remember saying, why isn't an actuary the easiest job of all time? Because like you're the only one qualified to know if you made a mistake? Like if you have to go to school for like 12 years after high school to become an actuary and they graduate like 4 students every year, your ass can fuck around. Because what is another actuary's going to be like, hey, you messed up? Nobody's going to... Nobody else, you're going to be the only person in your department, man. Come on. I gotta do something about these koalas, bro. I don't know. My koalas? They were the only thing keeping me going. Yes, it's very good. Any chance you could like keep scaling? I don't really want to summon a dog. Could you fight a koala to death and win? I would say safe bet, quite frankly. I don't know why I rolled. I have a magpie. I always forget. Sure, but you get chlamydia? That's one of those ones. I always get it confused with rabies. That's one of the ones they just give you like an antibiotic, right? What I would do to that koala, there's no medicine for. Let's just put it that way. On the way home, I wouldn't even stop by the hospital first. I would probably go through like a drive-through somewhere because I'm sure that I would have like a hunger like no other because I would be like, I'd have the bloodlust, right? And then I would go to the doctor and I'd be like, I think a koala gave me chlamydia. And they would be like, and I'd be like, not like that, just ambiently via its claws or something. And then he'd be like, oh, okay, here's your medicine. This is kind of a psychotic way to build a team. I'm going waffles for the frigate bird. I would like to send a macaque out there. Listen, I don't think this is any good, quite frankly. But let's give it a chance. You're right, it would probably take me a few appointments to get the antibiotics, judging by my previous experience. Well. This can't possibly go much further than it's already gone. Like like my squad is kind of ass. I don't know how you can defeat a koala when a simple bacterium almost got you. Sir, don't insult me. There's 2 simple bacteria. There's not 1. 1 I could handle. I probably handle it every day. I've got a kid in daycare. 2, That's just, I mean, who among us could have survived that? And you know what? I'm selling the magpie. I'm keeping the frigate bird around for waffles, and we're going psycho mode. Holy cow. It's kind of unbelievable. Why frigate over cow? I don't know, it's just sort of funny. Just sort of humorous. I mean, this is another monkey, I suppose. Psycho status? Cobalt, you know what's up. Cobalt, have you ever been to New Orleans? By the way, I don't even want to talk about this. This is kind of like, I don't like to bring my issues at home into the real world. But my wife and I, and of course our daughter, watched The Princess and the Frog. Didn't talk about it after the movie. I thought we were all on the same page. On the drive down to Washington, I was like, oh, I really like The Princess and the Frog. She said, you liked it? I thought it was, I don't remember what word she used, but I thought it was pretty bad. I've never, almost never, this might become my invisible man, where anytime I have a differing opinion on something, Kate goes, yeah, but you liked The Invisible Man. Well, sometimes she says, you loved The Invisible Man. And then I go, I did not love The Invisible Man. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. No, she did not say anything messed up about Splash Mountain. You ever get like a 6-cost monkey for no reason? I really liked it, man. I thought it was I thought the story was what the story is, because basically almost every single Disney movie made for children has like the same story. It's like, I'm not happy with my life. Let me change something. Oh fuck, it went horribly wrong. Ah, never mind. We're all good. You know, something like that. Which is fine. But the music goes crazy. Why combine them? Hey, Alias, I combine them because if I don't combine them, the macaque doesn't spit out a 24-24 orangutan. What do you think is better? Having 2 monkeys out here that are like 3-3 each, or having a macaque that spits out a 24-24 orangutan? Anyway. You get 6 wins, okay? Enjoy your 6 wins. We get 10 here. From a non-sub, I expected, but from a subscriber, jeez Louise, man. You really do be your own sometimes. Sure, take some support here. Let me guess. Here we go. Here we go. Why are you selling the cow? It's the same damn principle. Anyway, sorry. So the story, almost every Disney movie, to me, has a very similar story, which is fine. You know, you know what you're getting into when you get into it. It's like a Marvel movie, more or less. You know, there's been like one Marvel movie where like the bad guys won. And then the next movie, they were like, psych. It's part of the cost of doing business. You could go now if you want. You could go. He's tapped out. We'll figure out what we're going to do with you. We'll figure it out. Anyway, but the music in The Princess and the Frog goes nutty, man. Like, dig a little deeper, almost there. Going down the bayou, down in New Orleans, friends on the other side. Like most Disney movies have. And maybe I'm a little bit more Disney-pilled than the average person, but I would say most Disney movies have 1, 2, 3 songs that are good to great, in my opinion. Some of them are a little different. Frozen has got, you know, Love is an Open Door. Let It Go. Overplayed, but that's a Disney all-timer for sure. In Summer, For the First Time in Forever, like it's got lots of great stuff. The Little Mermaid, it's got Under the Sea, it's got Poor Unfortunate Souls, it's got Part of Your World, it's got Moana, it's got Thank You, it's got Shiny, it's got How Far I'll Go, it's got Where You Are, it's got We Know the Way. Like, it's got, like, There's some that are a little bit more cracked, but then you got like Lilo and Stitch, and I mean that's pretty much just like Hawaiian roller coaster ride in my opinion. No disrespect, of course, to Lilo and/or Stitch, but Princess and the Frog, I'm just saying it's up there. Why do you know all these? Because I have a 2-year-old. And what's crazy is that she was singing songs this weekend when she should have been napping. You know what she was singing? I kid you not. I took out my phone and took a video of it. She was just jumping up and down on the bed. She was singing, I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it. I like to move it, move it. Just over and over again. Holy cow. This is the craziest team I've ever seen. I like Turtle 7. You deserve this one, honestly. This team is horrifying. She didn't really do the pause, okay? I put in a little extra sauce on that one. How many garlics have I rolled past? Just be honest with me. This is the thing I need the most right now. This is sad because this could have been like this could have been a 10-piece, I think, if I was a little smarter. No, the Habagooby, it's like the same team. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's okay. It could have been a Snowpiercer. I wish I were LeVar Burton. I wish I were LeVar Burton. You know what? I bet I can actually. I bet I can tie this team. I can tie this team. What are you doing, man? I got. What am I? I mean, I should unroll you, but I can't because you got a stake on you. You made yourself indispensable to the organization. I can't. So true. No, I've never done $7.99 in Spelunky 2. I've only been to the Cosmic Ocean like a couple times. To be fair, we're toast, aren't we? I'm not toast! The game came out like literally... It was like the week my daughter was born or something. So I sort of missed some of the fervor at the start of it. But also, like, I played a little Spelunky 2 at my in-laws' house this weekend because Kate gave them her old PS4. And for, like, the first couple of levels, I was like, I'm having a great time. And then I, like, slipped on some shit and died instantly. And I was like, fuck this. I turned off the PS4. Ain't nobody got time for that, man. At this point, I'm keeping the frigate bird just because, like, I don't know if I have the badge for it. I know you can check, but here's the thing. I could also... not check. That's what's so interesting about it. I know, I mean, maybe the frigate bird, but you're just good for one attack anyway. I'm going to stick with it. It's also kind of funny, yeah. They roll up, they're like 8-10 frigate bird. I'm not stressed. And then all of a sudden, we win, hopefully. And they're like, whoa, never mind. My squad? Oh, no. My garlic! Okay, that's just a nasty team. Very smart. Okay, that's 9. Do you have a Steam Deck? I don't. I don't feel the pull, honestly. Hate this. I just don't like computers or computer games is the thing. How about like some hot glasses? I don't like games. This is just my real love in life is analyzing credit spread, the spread between junk credit and AAA credit and stuff like that. And I just sort of, this is what I do. What you're seeing me do right now is what I do so that I can dedicate some time to analyzing duration risk and stuff like that. So this is really, like, this is my job, but it's really like, It's the credit stuff or whatever. That's my passion. Have I fooled you all this time? For years, I've fooled you? Well, that was the point. You know what? Hang on. I would love a seagull to be out here. I would love it to take this. Not you. Okay, you had your chance. This, about this, about this, about that. How about this? It was funny hearing you say you loved Isaac all those years. I really did love Isaac all those years. Go pump the brakes, now you're gonna hurt feelings. Then, like, just one day I just had too much. And it's like, once you're done with it, you're done with it. It's like, you ever have a friend whose parents got divorced when they were like 60? And you're like, really? You made it through like 35 years of marriage and then like one day you were just like, I'm out? I think that was what happened in Isaac. It's just like one day I was like, fuck it. And after that, there's no reconciliation. So you just had like 6 months of runs where it was like, no damage. Every item you pick up, your tears are bouncing off the walls and can't hit anybody. And then you're like, I don't think this item is very good. Chatting. Actually, if you pick up 17 different items and you don't even know that Esau actually has a shot speed upgrade, so damage that scales with shot speed actually isn't objectively a bad thing. Like, it could be a great thing if you got a bunch of shot speed upgrades, which is good because there's no damage upgrades in the game anymore. They've all been replaced with shot speed upgrades. So it's like 6 months of that. And I was like, you know what? I'm picking up my whole bag and I'm going to Las Vegas. And I don't know if I'm ever coming back. Two trumpets. Well, it's unlikely. You're right. I did buy quarter season tickets to see the Canucks, which was not a sensible move. But you'll be happy to know we are not renewing those next year. Kate was like, hey, we just got the email about season ticket renewal. Do you want to do it next year? And I was like, not really. And she was like, oh, good. Me neither. Why? The team is not very good, for one. And then, like, they're expensive. And then the concessions are insanely expensive. The first 8 games that we had this season were fucking horrendous. Like, it just killed any desire to watch the team, to pay to watch the team live. It's an insult, honestly. Maybe next year they're good. I can always watch them on TV. That was the other thing, is like, I kind of resented, I like going to games. I was reaching a point where I kind of resented having to go to games. Because the tickets are impossible to offload because nobody wants to pay to watch this fucking team. So you buy the tickets, and then you're like, oh, it's Tuesday at like 5:15 p.m. I've got, like, the house is dirty. I need to do dishes. I need to get my kids' dinner ready. We need groceries and stuff like that. But I'm like, I can't do any of that shit because I got to go watch us lose 6-1 to the Lightning or something like that. Like, it's just, it was fucking my life up, which would have been okay if they actually, like, were good. But because they're ass, then it was like, I'm wasting, like, 12 nights a year just to be, like, annoyed. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. But I'll, like, once we don't have tickets, which will happen next year, I'll go to, like, a couple games a year. Maybe because there'll be situations. It'll be like, oh, it's 5 p.m. Like, maybe I've got some time free this night. I'll just, yeah, I'll buy, like, a ticket off StubHub or whatever and go to a game. But I don't want to be forced to go to some games. It was not, I wouldn't recommend it. Yes, give me this. Seems okay. We got to get rid of this fish, though. And you should go here. Yes. And, like, I mean, if the odds of this happening are so infinitesimal that I'm just letting you know I'm bringing this up as the extreme edge case. If they win the Stanley Cup next season, if there's such an incredible turnaround, I genuinely won't feel any FOMO. I could have been in the stands for that. I could have been in the stands for that. I'll be watching on TV. I'll watch them lift the Stanley Cup over their head, and then I will turn off the television. I will eat a bowl of cereal, and it'll probably be, if it's on the West Coast, it'll be like 9:20 by then. I'll probably start getting ready for bed. My ass is probably starting to get a little sleepy. What are we going to put? We're going to put a stake on this guy and then run like some sheep. That's the ticket. Yeah, that's the ticket. I don't think Vancouver would riot if we were in the Stanley Cup Finals again. And it's not copium. I think like the city doesn't have enough civic pride anymore. I think you can only riot if there's like, people are like, oh, they feel like Vancouverites and like something got taken from us, right? Oh, this is like such a disservice to our city. Now I think there can't be a riot because like 80% of the population of Vancouver, myself included, are like transplants from elsewhere in Canada or like across the world. So I think they'd just be like, we lost. Let's get some sushi. It's probably a healthier attitude. This is an interesting way to play this game. I don't know if this is right, because we are losing your garlic, but then we're going to spit out a level 1 ant with a meat on it. That could do something. Probably pill you soon, too. I guess I could... Ooh, we'll talk. Haven't Demko and Pedersen been fantastic for like the last month? Yeah, but there's like there's a Canucks cycle, and if it'll only hold until it doesn't. But like every year, we're ass at the start of the year for like the first 5 months, and then like something changes, and we go on a tear to ruin our draft chances. But the thing is, and the reason that it works so well is that it tricks you every year, even though this always happens. Even now, I'm like, oh my God, Demko came back from his injury, and now we're like one of the hottest teams in the NHL. It's true. All we had to do was get rid of our coach, and then when we got and then next year, if we play at this pace, we'll be at 110 points, and we'll be like the second place in the division. And there's no like logical reason why it couldn't go down like that. But every year, there's like last year, it was like, well, if we only fired Travis Green earlier in the season and brought in Bruce Boudreau, then we would have played at that pace forever and we could have made the playoffs. And then you're like, okay, next year starts, so we got Bruce Boudreau. Why the fuck are we 4-17? Oh, well, nevertheless, you know? Oh, but this year we were 4-17 because Demko got injured and Delia, there's two different guys, and Spencer Martin both played at historically bad levels. Next year it won't happen because Demko won't get hurt. And then next year it'll be like Kuzmenko won't score 1 in every 4 shots that he takes because it's like unrealistic to stay at that level. And we'll be like, nevertheless. So it's like, but even I'm like, dude, it feels good to get some wins. And it's like clockwork. You're not wrong. One of these. Let me think for a second. Oh, I am pogging. Kind of. How many years does it take to go from a transplant to just a guy? I don't know, but I'm definitely there. I am not like a recent Vancouverite. I would say I'm in the club, right? Malik, am I in the club? Are you down at Grandview Lanes right now? I've been here for 11 years. Come on. I mean, if a fucking 11-year-old is a Vancouverite just because their ass was born here, I've been here for 11 years paying taxes. My ass is more entitled to the services than they are. Hello, Chibley, by the way. Hello. Hello, Chibley. Good morning. Chibley, I was watching your, well, on Justin's stream, I was watching the Jennifer Chronicles. It got me laughing pretty good. I guess we're going to have a cow at the front for now. This doesn't seem too sensible. Okay, once we got to live long enough to have stakes appear, and then the seagull's going to go sicko mode, man. My whole squad died? Like, not just part of the team, the whole team died? No, no. Yes! I lived, bitch. Let's give this a try, at least, because we're going to want to have a spawning team anyway. Always believe in the cow? So true. I don't believe in the cow. Any Stephen Merritt fans amongst us? Probably. Listen, I don't want to go off on a rant, by the way. I'm probably one of the biggest Magnetic Fields fans you would ever find out there. Somebody linked, when we were talking about tier lists, somebody on the Discord tweeted me and said, how about doing a tier list of all the albums Pitchfork Media has given a 10 to? And the last time I read Pitchfork, they had given out like less than 20 10s. It was an extraordinarily rare accomplishment. It was like one Miles Davis album and Odelay or something, and that was it, okay? Now, they linked me the image. There's 75 albums that they have given a 10 to now. I might be the biggest Magnetic Fields fan you're ever going to see, okay? How did 69 Love Songs get a 10? It's unique, and I love probably like 10 songs on those 3 albums. But there's a lot of misses, man. There's a lot of misses. The misses add character, but it's like, it's less than the sum of its parts, I think. I don't disagree. We could run a little octopi, and we're looking for stakes. We're looking for things that spawn other things. A sheep, for example. And you're going to spit out 3 of those. I recognize it's good that we're not spawning too many at the front here. Copium. Maybe we... Yeah, okay, this is... I respect this. I want to see a steak. A schmoke and a pancake. Probably going to sell you. I want to see a steak, please. No steaks. Mushroom? That's true. Mushroom could do a little something. Like, meat is not good enough. But it doesn't have to do it all. Oh, you piece of junk! That was my old strategy, Kramer! Never mind, we're actually completely fine. There are some 10s, though, that I agree. I mean, I couldn't agree more that, I mean, cherry-colored funk is a 10, man. Great top note. Perfect lactosery. I know there's a shark. A shark, I sleep. I smoke weed with Johnny Hopkins. Give me a damn steak, you piece of shit. Did Jagged Little Pill Remaster get a 10? Fuck. I don't know, I don't read Pitchfork. But just from the albums I recognized, I was like, man, some of these, they're like... I mean, I guess all I would say is I disagree. I wouldn't say much more than that, but... I went to Johnny Hopkins. We use that joke all the time. I can't imagine. Oh, to be at a university that had a famous joke made about it in a Will Ferrell movie, we should all be so lucky. I mean, you know what? My ass will give you a chili pepper. If you're not okay, 1-up, I'll probably give you a 1-up then. But then the 1-up is gonna fucking fuck this whole thing up, man. Dude, it was annoying as hell. I bet it was a lot of fun. I bet you guys had a lot of fun. Not us, other people. I bet they had a lot of fun. That somebody was having a lot of fun. That's the important part. No, fuck. Oh! It did it. You need to not be like a sheep. I don't know where I'm going with this one, man. I know what you're saying. I know what you're like, why you got all this shit frozen? I don't fucking know, dude. I don't fucking know, okay? We shouldn't be leveling the sheep. I gotta figure this. I gotta figure some shit out, okay? You gotta spit something out that's good, man. That's not it. Yeah. Sell me. Buy my ass. Try to give you one of these in a second. A lot of people have been asking me if I've ever bought a warthog. Comes back as a 1/1, huh? He doesn't even give us any stats when he dies. None stats left beef? Oh, fuck. A lot of people have been asking me whether or not I'm ass. I didn't have an answer for them. Now I do. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm ass. Alright, well, we got a little clever with it at least.